Lexus RX is definitely one of the vehicles that doesn't need introduction, and that's because it's one of the best-selling SUVs in the world. Lexus sold over 2.5 million of it since its inception in 1999, and this is the 5th generation. 2023 RX, this is the luxury one, so it's a loaded one. I'm super excited to take you on a complete tour of this vehicle. By the way, I found this vehicle at Lexus of Sarasota, and that's in their new car inventory. It is available today. I'm not sure if by the time this video gets online it will be, but they do get shipments every day. So I'm going to post their link in the description of this video so you can contact them directly or check out their inventory online, see what they have. And before we go on the complete tour of this vehicle, if this is the first time we meet, my name is Matt. Here on Matt the Carguy, I post 2 car reviews every single week. So if automotive content is something that you enjoy watching, do me a favor, check out the rest of my channel. If you like it, consider subscribing, and after you watch this video and liked it, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'm not sure what the RX stands for, but if I were to guess, it's a prescription, it's a recipe for the best-selling SUV. Now, they're so popular, and if you look around you, I challenge you, look around you, see how many you're gonna see on the road today. On the way here, I saw 3 different generations of the RXs. That's because I was looking for them, but there are so many on the road right now, it's crazy. Now, we'll see if this one has what it takes to become the next best-selling SUV. So as you can see, the front end has changed completely. Now, Lexus still tries to keep this X-shaped grille, but they kind of covered it up at the top, which I like. I think they make it smaller and more included with the vehicle. And I like this nori green color that this vehicle has on it. It has a nice contrast with this gunpowder metal grille, big Lexus logo. You do have the front view camera, and then a little bit of the matte black trim all around this vehicle. Now, this is the luxury model, so different trim levels might have a little bit different look, but that's what we have today. Now, this is open, so that allows the air to go in for better airflow, better aerodynamics. And if you scroll up here, by the way, it does have the fog lights, LED fog lights right down here. But if you scroll up here, you have this new light. Now, they still have this lightning shape, basically daytime running lights. They're a little bit different. If you looked at the previous ones, they had like little dots not connected. Now this is one whole thing, and the light is in a different shape. And if I give you a close-up of it, you can see that this is actually a separate piece, like the black piece underneath the light, and it does have the headlight washing system over here. Now, as far as the hood, it's longer, and let's pop this open to see what's underneath it. Basically everything has changed for 2023, and that includes the engine options on it. So first of all, we no longer have a 6-cylinder option available, and the first option, which is the base one, is what we have in here. This is a non-hybrid 2.4 liter turbocharged engine, 275 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. That's about 20 horsepower less than the outgoing one, but about 50 pound-feet of torque more. 0 to 60 about 7.2 seconds, so not crazy fast. Now, if you wanted a little bit better gas mileage, you can opt in for the hybrid version, and that would give you an Atkinson cycle 2.5 liter 4-cylinder engine, and that will give you 246 horsepower, 233 pound-feet of torque. 0 to 60 about 7.8 seconds on that one, but if performance is your thing, you can opt in for RX 500. That's a high-performance hybrid counterpoint with a turbo 4 engine from the RX 350. This engine with the electric motor in the back, 366 horsepower, 406 pound-feet of torque, about 5.60 to 60. So that's definitely a more sportier one. Now there's also one more coming That's an RX 450 Plus. That's going to join the lineup later. It's going to be a plug-in hybrid, and I don't have any info on that yet. Overall, the engine compartment looks pretty cool. It does have hood struts on both sides, and does have hood insulation on top. So that's what Lexus has been known for. Really nice, plush, quiet ride. We're going to check that out in a bit. Well, the side view shares some of the characteristics of the outgoing generation. However, it is completely different. It does sit on the new platform. It's not new for Lexus, but it's new for the RX, and it shares it with the smaller NX model. Basically, the overall length remains the same at 192.5 inches. The wheelbase got extended by 2.5 inches or so, so that should give you a little bit more room in the passenger driver compartment. More legroom, hopefully. We're going to check that out. Stylish design. This one is not really sporty, but it's not a sporty vehicle, especially in this luxury version. If you get the F styling, you're going to have a little bit more sportier look. Still the same engine if you go for the RX 350. 21-inch rims on this, 235 by 50. That's what you have as far as the tires. I like the mirrors. Top off at the same color, nori green. In this particular case, you do have a turn signal. You do have a camera underneath it, blind spot assist. Chrome surroundings of the windows, black pillars. What's different about it's the way that you open the door. Yes, you pull on the door handle, except the door handle doesn't separate from the door. You have this little button. This is the electronic unlock that you press on it and just pull, and the door will open up. In case you do have the battery issues, you actually have the fail-safe on the passenger side, which you can actually open it manually over here. Overall, no crazy lines, very nice, polished styling. I like this part right here, creating this floating roof. You remember that hopefully from the previous generation one, and does have this chrome trim that kind of ends in the back here. Now, so here it is, guys, the back of it. It's definitely a lot sleeker than it was in the last generation ones. They've done some incredible job designing it. I like it. The first thing that I saw is this big lights. Now they're all LEDs, right? Not a combination like they were on the previous ones. They're nice, they're bright, they have this blade light that goes across the entire vehicle, light bar that glows in the dark. It does have Lexus that's basically spelled out in here. You no longer have that logo in the middle. And one other thing that you don't see is the wiper right here, and that's because it's concealed under this gate spoiler that also houses that third brake light. What's also different is that you have the rear view camera. Now, of course, you have one over here. That's for your regular backing up and stuff. But you have an additional rear view camera that projects the image in the mirror of this vehicle. And that's another safety feature that this vehicle has. A bunch of parking sensors. I like how profiled it is, even though this trim piece doesn't really serve any purpose. But that comes together really, really nice at the bottom of here with this combination of this matte black polished aluminum reflector lights at the bottom. And this particular one doesn't have a tow hitch, but if it did, it could tow 3,500 pounds on it. So let's see if it does have the option to open up the gate with the motion, and it does. So let's check out the interior of it. All right, so let's check this out. What do we have here? Well, what we don't have here is we don't have a third row seat. So the new 2023 Lexus RX is only available with the 2 rows of seats. Well, probably a smart thing to do since the third seats were so small, almost unusable. So that doesn't bother me a bit because that's what this vehicle was designed to be. Lots of room though behind that second row seat, and then underneath here you have a spare tire, then you have the floor jack and a little bit of extra storage compartment. Now this one of course has the first aid kit, and looking in this cargo space you also have 2 buttons that you can actually drop both of the rear seats down in case you needed more space. And this cargo cover, by the way, is removable, so it's hard for me to do it with one hand, but you kind of get an idea. When those seats are down, you have a lot more room to put your cargo inside of it. Very nice design, and of course it is a power tailgate, so all you have to do is push the button and let it do the work, closes it nice and smooth. One of the things that I love about Lexus is how comfortable and how plush their interior feels. And there's no difference in here. Now I have this seat probably just a little bit too far back, but I still have enough room for my knees and my feet underneath there. I'm 6 feet tall. Everything is basically adjusted to my normal driving position. I do have plenty of shoulder room. The headroom, probably 2 inches, just give or take a little bit. So if you're tall, if you're more than 6 feet tall, you probably might have a little bit of issues here, but maybe not. You try it for yourself. Now the seat, the power seats in this one are adjustable, so I can recline them. It's a power adjustment on here, which is a nice feature. So if you wanted to sit a little bit more comfortable, you can do that. But the interior, definitely premium on this premium brand. Starting with the door panel over here, I like how it's designed. So you do have a little bit of this suede material in here, and then the leather wrapping over here, some softer plastic, and then this is the door handle from the inside. Now this is power, so all you have to do to unlock it from the inside, you push this button, it's going to unlock it, and you push the entire door out. Now if you want to fail safe, this serves as this. So if you do it twice, it serves as a regular door handle. So I mean, in case your battery dies or you have some emergency, you need to get out from the vehicle, you have the lock and unlock and the window controls over here, and then you do have the manual sunshade in the back. So pretty cool over here, a little bit more storage underneath. And what do we have here? So those seats are leather trimmed. They call them semi-aniline leather trim seats, perforated in the middle. You know, they have this suede inserts on the outside. You do have the armrest if you don't have a third passenger here, and then you have the cup holders that are kind of hidden in here, as well as a little bit more storage, you know, in case you wanted to put something inside, and then you can tuck it away if you don't use it. Now in the back, you do have, on this particular one, you do have the heated ventilated seats in the back. You do have also your climate controls and 2 USB-C ports, as well as the vents. Now each seat has their own seat back pocket, and this is pretty much it. A very slight bump in the middle, so fairly flat floor. And up here you have this huge panoramic sunroof. So before I get inside, I want to show you how to open these doors. There's a little button underneath here, but if you can see, that door handle doesn't separate from the door when you open it. But let's hear how it sounds when you close it. Boom. Nice, solid, very nice quality. Now the front door panel basically the same as what we have in the back. Now you have, again, the suede insert leather. Now you have the window lock, mirror controls over here, speaker which is non-branded. We're going to check it out who makes it, and then there's a little bit of storage underneath there. Now if you move inside of this vehicle, of course the seats are power operated, power controlled, and the seats are fairly sporty. Now borderline, okay, they're fairly wide with the bigger bolsters over here, super comfortable. I drove this vehicle around for a little bit. Very nice, very impressive. But what's really impressive is the new interior. So let's check it out together. Well, let's check this out, guys. This is a completely new interior of this vehicle, and finally I am so happy that Lexus and Toyota are catching up with the 21st century in a big way. They are definitely delivering it, well, for the most part. So let's check this out. What we have in the middle here is the 14-inch screen. Beautiful, bright, very responsive. This is definitely a 21st century. Now looking at the steering wheel, you have a bunch of buttons on both sides. Now I'm going to tell you what they do, because it's a little bit different than what you see on most of the other cars. I'm not sure if you're going to see what I see, but there's a head-up display, and when I touch those buttons, depending on which menu position I'm in, that's what they do. So you have right now on the right hand side, you have the cruise control, and then I can set it up. I can select the distance between me and the car in front of me, and then You know, the top button is blank basically. Now I have a little bit of pages button. That's gonna give me a different display options in here. That displays also in the instrument cluster. So this is very different than what you see on most of the other vehicles. Now on the left hand side, I don't know if you can see, but I can check out and I can change the tracks, the volume, and again there's a pages button that's going to select the different modes and power off the audio system. And then the fixed things on the head-up display down at the bottom is your gear, your lane keep assist, or your speed basically. So that's your head-up display. Pretty nice, pretty bright, but not super visible, to be honest with you. I'm not sure if that's something that really excites me. Yes, it's a technological advancement. You do have the power shifters over here. If I didn't mention the transmission, you got the 8-speed automatic transmission in here. No CVT on the non-hybrid, which is good. Pretty cool stalks on both sides. And then in the back you have 3 memory seat settings, which normally are on the door, and in this case you have it on the left hand side of the steering wheel. You have the gas tank opener, gate opener, and then you can switch the odometer, trip, and also have the adjustments of the brightness, so you have the dimmer. Pretty large vents on the side. They're powerful too. I can hear, or I can see, or I can feel, you know, the air coming out of it. And what do we have inside? So you do have this digital screen. You don't get that on the base version, I believe, but you do get it on this one. And so what do we have? First of all, in the middle you have your tachometer, and displayed in the middle of that you have your speed and you have your gear. Now in this case what we have is the accelerator, brake, left and right, so we see where the torque is coming into. And you can have the different gear position, fuel low, total average fuel economy 7, which is not true. Really, it is 25 on average on this non-hybrid vehicle, which should be pretty cool. Eco indicator, you know, displays what's playing right now. Adaptive cruise control, and then you have your compass, and then you have your turbo PSI, and then back to this main screen. And also on the right hand side you can see that we're low on gas. Like I said, this vehicle just came in. It has been prepped but not cleaned and fueled yet, so I'm the first one actually taking it for a spin. Now you can see the temperature on the left hand side, and this is your digital instrument cluster. And moving on to the infotainment system, I hope it's not too much glare, guys. You can see it. Start and stop engine is now located right on top of here, and this all is a screen. Now it's divided in 2 different portions. This portion is basically like mostly your infotainment system, so you can select your navigation system, you can select your media over here, phone, car settings. So that's what you have, and that's where you select your different drive modes on this particular one. So you can have normal, sport, eco, custom drive mode, and this is where you adjust it. So you can select powertrain, steering, air conditioning adjustment, whether you want it as normal or eco, and that's going to adjust it to your custom drive mode. Now what else do we have? If you go to the navigation system, you have to subscribe to it to get it, but what you do get is you do have the Apple CarPlay, Android Auto that is available in this vehicle. As far as your sources for the radio, again, nicely displayed. It's super responsive. Look how quickly when I touch it, it opens up. So you have the FM, AM, Sirius XM. You can connect your phone, and then car settings, different drive modes, seat controls. You can fold all the seats. Okay, this is a nice feature that you have. Driving assist. All right, so here's what you have. Lane departure alert, intuitive parking assist, parking support, brake, blind spot monitor, safe exit assist, which is, by the way, another function of this electronic door handle that will won't open the door if there's something or somebody coming from the back. Rear cross traffic alert system, rear camera detection, proactive driving assist, road sign assist, pre-collision system. You have all of this in your vehicle driving assist mode. Trip information, tire pressure, vehicle alerts. We don't have anything right now as far as in here. Current 9 miles trip range, so we're running low of fuel really. And then you go to the settings, you can personalize it. So personal info, Bluetooth and devices. All right, Tiffany connected her phone in here. I didn't connect my phone in here, but I could. And it does have Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, that's available. Scrolling down in here, the second portion of the screen, the bottom portion of the screen is all basically your climate control. So you can see this particular one has the heated and ventilated seats, and they have the automatic mode. Well, these one don't. But anyways, heated steering wheel, climate control is gonna open up this screen. So this is your climate concierge, which adjusts comfort devices automatically by auto. S-Flow, direct air only to occupied seats, which is pretty cool. Eco Heat and Cool, and DE-ICER at the bottom. So that's what you have. And then we have another sub-menu over here. That's basically your comfort and convenience. We can do Max Cool. That basically is going to start cooling off the seats as well as cooling off the entire vehicle. And everything is pretty responsive, very nice. Feels good, looks good. Really great job that Lexus has done on this vehicle. As you can see, you know, you can adjust your temperature the way that you want it. You have this pretty cool screen inside of it. It has blue and red on either side. Volume, you know, remains there with the actual volume knob, and then you can turn this off by pushing on it. Front window defogger. You have the rear window and mirrors defrosters. Then you have this view system, check surroundings for safety. And then it shows us around us. It's kind of a strange setup. Let's see if we have something else. Check surroundings for safety. Well, that's even stranger than that. This is a little tiny rotating screen. Can I stop it? I can stop. No, not really. Can I enlarge it? No. Okay. This is basically what's around the vehicle without looking at this vehicle, so it's kind of confusing. Panoramic view monitor, cornering view, view under vehicle. Oh, if we turn that off, maybe actually we won't see it. So let me see this now. I'm not sure what it changed, but okay. Well, this is definitely a little bit different, but you can select vehicle body color. So if we wanted to make it nori green and turn that view on, and we can see the nori green vehicle still in the same little spot. Anyways, so that's what we have. You also have the parking assist feature. It says unavailable. Seatbelt is unfastened, so obviously it's not very safe to do it when you have no seatbelt fastened. And then what else we have here? We have the hazard lights, vents right here, and then you can open them, close them. Underneath here, you do have right there, you have your wireless charging. You also have your USB-C, regular USB. And this, you can close it if you don't want to use it. 2 USB-C ports over here, cup holders. Shifter is a little bit different, kind of odd, because in order to drive it, you have to switch it to the left and then towards you in order to put it in gear. So if you try to put it only in gear without switching it off, it's going to tell you that must be in drive before switching to manual mode. So I'm not sure what the purpose of it is, but well, that's different. And it kind of looks like the old Toyota Prius, how you can control it. Well, this probably might not be my favorite feature of it, but it is there. Auto hold, parking, then you have your automatic engine start stop button, and you can turn off your traction control. And then you can open this up. It opens different than on most vehicles because it opens to either side. It can open to the passenger side or the driver's side, depending on which button you push. So you have a little bit more storage there. And then let's take a look up here, because this is this rear view mirror slash camera monitor that you have for the back. And I showed you that the camera is inside the vehicle, so it protects it from the elements. So that's a really, really nice feature. And then you have your LED lights. You have your sunroof control. This is a panoramic sunroof that I have closed right now, otherwise it would you know, really not give us a lot of glare in here. So overall, this is the interior of it. I actually like the design of it. I like how it's a multi-tier design. The materials are premium. You have this wood grain, you have the aluminum, you have the soft plastic right there. In between, you have this suede insert, and the interior is really a two-tone. So if you take a look at it, it's black with a hint of brown, kind of like mocha. I couldn't find on the sticker anywhere what they actually call it, but it's very nice. It's very nice to the touch. It's very nice to look at. Overall, super comfortable vehicle. Now let's see how it drives. Well, it's super exciting. The vehicle is running and I'm ready to take it for a spin. One quick thing, we're not going to go over every single spec that is available, every single model, but basically there's 3 different types of Lexus RX that are available. So there's 350, which is the one that I have. They're available in the front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, and then they have 3 different sub-levels. Then they have the 350H, which is the hybrid version. We talked about it during the engine presentation. And then they have the 500H, which is the F-Sport performance ones. That one has the more powerful engine. Well, the same engine as we have in here with an additional motor, electric motor in the back to assist it, producing a lot more horsepower, being a lot faster. So the base one, just the base trim, starts at $48,550. The one that I have here is over $62,000, and I'm going to post all of the equipment that I have on this particular one in the description box of this video. So if you guys are interested of what I'm driving today, you can definitely check that out, or you can go to the website and check it out for yourself. Now turn it on, put it in gear. First thing first, let's see how good the turning is on this vehicle. So we're going to turn the wheel all the way to the left, and we have parking spots. So I count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a tad over 4 parking spots. Really, really nice turning radius. One other thing that I can check here, actually, we're gonna check out the stop and go acceleration, because I know once I get on the road it's gonna be crowded, so I might not be able to actually stop somewhere, but I'm gonna do it right here. We're at 0. Let's go. We get it up to about 40 miles an hour, which is not bad, and that's about as fast as I could go in this parking lot. So, okay, you're not gonna buy this vehicle to race. All right, a little bit of a body roll and agility test. Okay, it's pretty soft. I mean, it doesn't invite you to take the corners because you can definitely feel some of the body roll on it, but really that's why you buy this vehicle. You don't buy it to race, you don't buy it to take corners really aggressively, but you buy it to get somewhere in a luxury and style. And on that part, this vehicle definitely delivers. It's super soft, okay, it's very quiet on the interior. The seats are very comfortable. The view outside, perfect. You know, I'm sure it can get up to speed and it's gonna be wonderful cruising on the expressway. But let's face it, you know, it didn't get popular by racing. This vehicle got popular by being one of the most comfortable luxury mid-size SUVs on the market. And that's what it is. That's how you gotta look at this vehicle. And I'm sure a lot of people that are buying it won't even care about the 0 to 60, which, by the way, is not bad. That's 7.2 seconds. I mean, it's not gonna break any records, but I mean, it's gonna get you where you need to go. It's gonna help you merge in traffic or get out of the situation without being rear-ended and things like this. So very nice. Overall, a very positive experience with this brand new RX. So if you set your expectations right, I know a lot of people are gonna watch it and go like, well, what 0 to 60 is not fast enough. But really, what are you buying it for? You want the 0 to 60? Maybe go for the 500, you know, at 5.6 seconds. I think that's plenty fast. Yes, it's going to be more expensive. It starts at 62. This one fully loaded is at 62, but maybe that's what you want. or, you know, go for a more performance-oriented brand. Maybe go for an AMG or an M Series BMW. Then you're gonna get the power. Well, here guys, here's a few things that I really like about this vehicle. First of all, the design. I think they knocked it out of the park, and it keeps into the tradition of this RX. It still looks good, it feels good. The material quality on the inside, there's no question about it, it's top notch. The technology with this 14-inch screen, they knocked it out of the park. They went from the 90s to the 21st century right away, really quickly. The engine choices, actually, you know, it's not bad. It doesn't feel like it's more sluggish than the previous generation one is. I think it's because it's got more torque, and so no complaints there. You can't barely hear the engine, and that's a really good thing. A couple of things that I'm not sure about. Well, you know, the way that you shift it into gear, it's kind of confusing, and it's probably going to take a little bit to get used to, but nevertheless, this is not the worst thing. Also, the way that you open the door with those electronic door handles, I know it's a safety feature because you won't be able to unlock it or open it if there's somebody coming through, but I can see some problems with that, and getting used to it might be a little bit tough. And one thing, and this is just me, you know, Lexus seems to like to give people choices. They have so many trims that it's almost too many. But if you choose the one that you like, perfect. 4 engine choices. Well, why? Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you learned something. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, check out the rest of my channel. Consider subscribing to it if you haven't already, and if you like this video, share it with your friends, family, and give me a like. I'll see you in my next video. Cheers.